Okay, it turns out they didn't post the balance changes in the website, but in game. Alright, let's take a look. Raven, new, attacks one enemy 2 times, lower damage 50%. Each hit has a 70% chance of stealing 1 buff upon successful stealing. Inflicts sear on the target for 1 turn. Each speed grants extra damage. Extra damage equals to 0.16% of attack. This is actually quite nice. She is now speed scaling on the S1. So what is that? 0.33, same as Sander, just about 0.33%. You're probably gonna hear like rain sounds in the background. That yeah, ASMR right there. Extra. Let's see here. If you're running her in a speed cleave team, you're gonna want her to be at like plus 140 something. So yeah, 0.33. I'll put up the math. That's actually quite good. I think this is a massive buff for her S1. A really good damage buff. Ability 2, new. Oh, there's a passive. Performs a pursuit attack when enemies without buffs take a hit. Triggers once per turn. Attacks all enemies. Wait, what the fuck? Attacks all enemies 2 times upon a pursuit, damage per hit. What the fuck? Hold on a minute. Performs a... Wait. Pursuit is going to be her S1, right? So whenever she does her S3, if there's the enemy doesn't have any buff, she's gonna perform a pursuit and attacks twice. Wait, what the fuck? Attacks all enemies 2 times. What the wait a minute. She's gonna be so good for cleaving. Okay. Does her S3 also got changed. If an enemy is not buff, deals extra damage equals to 15% of attack, and each speed grants extra damage too. Okay. Extra damage per speed equals to 0.008. 0.08% of attack. Each hit reduces max HP cap. Oh my god. Wait, she's actually cracked now. When an ally makes any enemy buff and when an ally makes any enemy buff and early, this ability cooldown -1. You strip an enemy buff, you're going to reduce this ability cooldown by 1. Okay, not bad, not bad. Ability 3, new, dispels all debuffs from it. Gains speed up. What the yo? And she's also speed scaling. Keep in mind, dispels all the enemy buffs and then attacks all enemies 120% of attack. Each speed grants extra damage. Extra damage equals to 0.16% of attack. Inflicts defense down for 2 turns. Upon ascension, the old one dispels all debuffs. The old one gains each buff dispelled grants Raven extra 2% of attack. The new one dispels all let's see here. The new one is dispels all... What? Yo! Dispels all enemy buffs, can't be resisted if target speed is not a... Yo, this is so cracked. Raven is so fucking cracked. What the fuck? You don't know how good this actually is, because number 1, she is speed scaling, and number 2, she guarantees buff strip. You can give her plus 200 speed with no accuracy, 0 accuracy, and she's gonna strip 100% of the time. This is very huge, by the way. You don't know how huge this is. This is why the reason why Ggez is so broken is because he doesn't need crit rate and accuracy. You can go full attack and crit damage and speed. It's the same thing with Raven. You can go attack, but different with Raven, you need crit rate. So crit rate, attack, crit damage and speed. But you give her a shit ton of speed with no accuracy at all. Previously, you do need accuracy on Raven to land the buff strip. Now you don't. But you kind of do because you want the accuracy for the defense down. But if you want her for the buff strip, for the 100% buff strip chance, you don't need to give her any accuracy, just give her speed. This is actually, this is a massive buff for Raven. Very nice, with all the pursuit stuff, speed scaling, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, this is so good. Okay, Resonance 2, New effect, Sunset. If the target is not buffed, each hit resets the cooldown for Sunset, the new effect. Wait, what's Sunset again? Sunset is ability 2, I think. Okay, so if the enemy is not buffed, then resets the cooldown of Sunset? What is this? What's this supposed to mean? Resets the cooldown for Sunset. I guess they forgot to add the if the target is not buffed in this part. But she no longer extends ability cooldown on her R2. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, -1 ability cooldown is quite good. But resetting ability cooldown on her S2, yeah, we're gonna have to see. The R6 is also getting a change. The action of dispelling status effects and inflicting defense down is taken before. Okay. New effect, the action of inflicting defense down is taken before damaging enemies and can't be resisted when. Yo, what is this? Everything is now irresistible. If you have her at R6, I mean, we're talking about R6 legendary shimmer, so not a lot of people have that, probably like 5 people. But if you do have this, 0 accuracy is needed now. This is actually a massive change for Raven. Wow, I'm actually excited to see what they do to Tever. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, okay, this is already a nice change. Tever's change. Old speed is 97. Now he gains 104. This is very nice. Old Ascension. HP changed to speed. Very good. I don't even know why he gets speed HP there. Okay, Neko Analysis passive ability 2. Old, after attacking, if the target's HP is above 50%, cast the same ability on the target one time. If not, gains 1 Neko Sense, triggers 1 time per turn. New, analyzes enemies at the start of Tever's turn. What the hell? Making the targets with the highest attack, highest defense, and highest max HP separately. What the fuck is all this? Tever's attack ignore damage. What? What? Okay. Tever's attack ignore damage mitigation effects. Deals damage to all enemies. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Deals damage to all enemies when killing the target with the highest attack. Okay. Damage equals to 150% of overkill damage. Okay. Ignore 60% defense when attacking the target with the highest defense. 25% defense for non-player units. So in PvE it's only 25% defense ignore, but in PvP it's a 60% defense ignore. That is insane. Deals, what the fuck is this? 600%. Deals extra true damage when attacking the target with the highest max HP equals to what the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? 600%? How does this work? Analyzes enemies at the start of Tever's turn. So it's only 3 targets, right? The target with the highest attack, the target with the highest defense, and the target with the highest max HP. So this part of the passive, it's only gonna work for each type of enemies, right? So if there are 5 enemies, only 3 is gonna be affected. How does that work? Okay, let's read out some more. But 600% though, what the fuck? Tever gains Neko Sense for 1 turn upon killing the target. Enemies killed by Tever cannot be revived. Yo, Cecilia counter, let's fucking go. Yo, this is actually, oh my god, thank you. We no longer need Taylor for Cecilia counter. Now we just need another 5-star shimmer. But okay. The reason why I'm so excited is because I have an R1 Tever. Okay, let's take a look. Neko Analysis passive, Ascension ability, ability 2, old, after attacking. If the target's HP is above 50%, cast the same ability on the target 1 time. If not, gains 1 Neko Sense stack, triggers 1 per turn. At the start, gains 2 Neko Sense stack. New, wait, what the fuck? Oh, this is the same thing. This is just the Ascension. Let's see what's new, right? Okay, I'm tripping. Upon the ascension, he gains 1 turn at the start of combat. Okay, that's the new thing upon ascension. Okay, so he no longer gets 2 at the start of turn, or at the start of combat. He now gains 1 at the start of combat. Okay, Neko ability, his old one is attack 1 enemy, damage 230% of attack, inflicts Neko Ggez. New, dispels all buffs from on 1 enemy, absorbs all their AP, then attacks the enemy. Damage equals to 330% of attack. Ooh, what a nuke. Okay. Okay. R2 old change Neko gift box. The Neko gift box. The condition for triggering and removing Neko Ggez changes to when an enemy with Neko Ggez is attacked by Tever. Okay. New, Tever's attack always lands a critical hit. Oh my god. This is Ggez. Oh my god. Again, I need to mention this one more time. The reason why Ggez is so broken is because he doesn't need crit rate. His R2 doesn't need crit rate anymore. Holy. R6. Before attacking, inflicts defense down on the target for 2 turns. When a marked enemy takes a hit, Tever performs a pursuit attack with this ability. Okay, so he no longer performs pursuit on his base kit because his Neko analysis is getting reworked to this new one. So yeah, now his pursuit ability is going to work on marked enemies instead of enemies above 50% of HP. This is actually a pretty I'm gonna have to see how this works, because from what I understand, his new passive is this thing. It's only gonna affect 3 enemies, the enemies with the highest attack, highest defense, and highest HP. So I don't know how this is gonna work in like bossing contents. Is the boss gonna have all 3 effects on him, or is it gonna not even get affected? And if there's 5 enemies like in PvP, how is this gonna work? Like, is only 3 enemies gonna be stuck with this? His S3 is a nice buff though, 330% of attack. Yeah, very nice. Okay, let's take a look at TA. New, 120% of attack. Okay, absorbs 20% of enemies max AP, so no more chance base. Ability 2, new, is 85% of attack. Okay, a little bit of bump in the damage. Inflicts stun, so 100% chance of stun for 1 turn, and speed down. If enemy's speed is not above TA, absorb 10% of their AP. Ooh, she's gonna cycle her turn like crazy, yeah. And then ability 3, new, if the AP of the non-boss enemy with the highest AP percentage is above, wait, what the fuck? If the AP of the non-boss enemy with the highest AP percentage is above that of the ally with the lowest AP percentage, what? Swaps their AP, not regarded. Wait. Oh my god, this is like what was he called? The boy, the Inferno guy, the short dude. I don't know, the archivist. That dude, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the AP swap dude. And this, from my understanding, it cannot be resisted. So if the highest AP is going to get swapped with the lowest AP. Oh my god. So we get an R2 Changji effect for a base TA. This is so good. Oh my god. You can actually build a 0 speed DPS in one of your as part of your spot, and she will give this AP swap to them. Oh my god, this is so fucking... You don't know how good this is. This is the reason why CJ is so goddamn broken with the Gabrielle. Oh my god, I'm not even finished with the skill. Then attacks all enemies, 105% of attack, dispels 1 buff from each enemy. Okay, she dispels buff now. absorbs 30% of each enemy's AP and shares it equally among allies. Wow. This change is so good. The swapping of AP is so freaking broken, man. Yeah. Resonance 2, the old one is upon successfully absorbing AP, inflicts silence. New, upon successfully absorbing AP, grants all allies 10% AP. Okay, she's gonna give so much AP, you can build your units even slower now. R6, absorbing AP changed to inflicting minus 30% AP to targets and granting 30%. What? What the fuck? Okay, this is actually so freaking good now, because TA used to be a RNG unit. Like if you miss your AP absorb, then the amount of AP that you redistribute is going to be different, right? So for example, if you only absorb 30% on one enemy, then you're only going to distribute 6% to your allies, so your allies might not get a turn. With this R6 change, she is now inflicting minus 30% AP, and she gives a 30% AP push, so now it's guaranteed that your allies get 30% AP. This is so fucking good, man. Her change is so fucking good, man. What the dude, all three changes is a dubski. I don't know about Tever though. Tever's one is a bit weird. You're gonna have to see, because I've went through that already. But my god, wow, what a good change. Okay, let's take a look at the Fatum sisters. Let's see how they can make this unit somewhat usable. New, attacks all enemies 2 times. Okay, damage per hit equals to 60% of attack. Each hit reduces enemy's AP by 20%, and if has a 50% chance of inflicting a miss rate up for 2 turns. If an enemy's speed is lower than the Fatum sister, what the? There's no change. Oh, it's just a cooldown change, and now her R2 effect is now in her base kit. This is actually quite nice. Inflicting miss rate up is actually quite good. What did they do to change the R2? Old, each hit has a 50%. Okay. Sparkling stage. What is? It's probably her S2, right? Max cooldown plus 2, but can select a fallen ally. Wait, what the fuck? If the ally has fallen, revive and heal them, healing 1% of their max HP. If the ally survive, the ability cooldown of Sparkling Stage minus 2 turns. That skill has 4 turns cooldown. Does that change anything? If 4 turns, now it's 2 turns. It's gonna be the same cycling, right? S3, S2, S1, S1, S3. Yeah, the cycling is still gonna be the same, I think. But this is quite nice actually. She can revive now. Yeah, that's quite good. This is gonna be very good for stuff like RTA, because now her invincibility and her speed up is gonna be on a 2 turn cooldown, which is quite massive. Okay, her, what is this? Old AP reduction takes effect in both hits. Resonance 6. Sparkling Stage, the target for dispelling debuffs change to all allies. The Resonance 6 is gonna change her S2 to cleanse all allies. This is pretty good change. Her R2 is now her base kit, and her R2, her new R2 is gonna be able to revive someone on a 4th turn cooldown, which is quite good. Okay, let's take a look. Elliot, new, attacks 2 enemies. Wait, how is that gonna work? Damage equals to 20% and 13% of max HP. Dispels all buffs from them, extends all their ability cooldowns to the max number. Yo, Elliot, chill. What the hell? Oh my god. This is actually quite good. Ascension. Okay, the old one, Ascension, is -1 ability cooldown. The new one is okay, it's the same. So he now targets 2 enemies to max extend their cooldowns, and inflicts taunt for 2 turns. It's actually quite massive. Whoa, okay. But how's that gonna work? When he targets 2 enemies, is it gonna be random, or you can target 2 enemies individually? I mean, for RTA, he's gonna be a fucking beast. He's gonna be a menace in RTA for sure. In PvP, again, depending on how the targeting is, he could be good, he could not be good, because once again, he could target Ahmed and then Jin Yuyao, which is gonna be, you know, quite useless. But in RTA, he's just gonna be a menace. He's gonna be like insta ban or something. Okay, so his Resonance 2, the old one, upon inflicting successfully inflicting taunt, all ability cooldown +1 on the target. Each hit extends all ability cooldowns of the target by 1 turn. Whoa, wait. He can extend 3 turns of ability cooldown on his S2, because his S2, if I'm not mistaken, hits 3 times. What the fuck, Elliot? This ability won't miss and can't be resisted. What a change. Okay, yeah, Elliot is going to be... Dude, all of these changes so far is so good. What the fuck? Okay, Bonnie is only going to be her R6. Very nice. Okay. Upon successfully stunning, all ability cooldown of the target +1 turn, her old effect. Each hit extends all ability cooldown of the target by 1 turn. So Misfortune is her S2. It hits 4 times, so she potentially could extend the ability cooldown by 4 turns. Wow, crazy. Okay, Luoyan, new grants 1 ally recovery for 2 turns when having Death Tomb. Luoyan can select a fallen ally to revive and heal. Healing equals to 1% violence max HP. Luoyan gains Death Tomb at the start of combat. Wait, what? Okay, so his S2 no longer gains Death Tomb to the ally. So instead, he gains Death Tomb at the start of combat, and it doesn't stay for how many turns. So it's probably forever, I guess. And the cooldown is now at 4 turns. The Ascension grants 1 ally recovery for 2 turns and standoff for 1 turn. Okay. The cooldown is now at 4 turns instead of 3 turns. Okay. Okay, so his Resonance 6 gains Death Tomb for 2 turns, the old one, when he uses his S2. The new one, if without Death Tomb, when an ally falls, Luoyan gains Death Tomb, triggers once per turn. Wait, what the fuck? What is this? Why is it so weird? Death Tomb, if without Death Tomb, when an ally falls, Luoyan gains Death Tomb, triggers once per battle. So he no longer gives ally Death Tomb, but instead when an ally dies, he gains the Death Tomb and he can revive the ally, essentially, right? For with his S2. Yeah, if he has the Death Tomb. Did they change Death Tomb or something? I don't know, man. This one we're gonna have to see what they did to Death Tomb. Probably it's the same thing. But now he's the only one that can gain the Death Tomb. So I think it's probably gonna be a gold buff this time around instead of a silver border. Yeah. But yeah, good thing they didn't nerf him though. Okay, so Aurelius is still looking pretty garbage because there's no change in his base stats. But yeah, that's about it. The biggest change I think is gonna be probably Raven and CA, and probably Tever. I don't know about Tever still because there you go, 600% of attack. Well, what the fuck is this? This is something else, man. I don't know, man. This is yeah, 600% of attack is kind of crazy. Raven looks pretty good. We'll see how they fare in the next PTR update. But yeah, that's about it. Ciao.